Hey there, Patriots. One at the front lines is Deathwatch here to give you guys more intel so you can update your personal armory and fight back against the fake news media machine. And so we're going to be talking about G4TV once again because they are trying to desperately pick up the lost viewerships, right? Just picture this. We're all on a bus. It's named G4TV. They decided that, hey, we are relaunching G4TV. It's going to be grand. Don't you guys want to get on the ride and come on this journey with us? We're all like, oh sure, G4TV is back. Hopefully it's like it was when I grew up, back in middle school or elementary school. I think it was like elementary school for me when I remember watching this. We're all hopping on the bus, ready to go. And then, the tour guide is sitting there saying, oh, you look to the right, there's this. So you look to the left, this is this. This is what we have in store for you guys. It's going to be amazing. But then Froskin over here decides that she's going to step up, rip the mic away from the tour guide, and start screaming into the mic about how the two guys, the two drunken guys in the back of the bus, right? The small minority of people, right? Everybody else is just here, along for the ride, doing whatever, right? But because these two guys in the back are making all absurd jokes about hey, this chick doesn't look as hot, where's Olivia Munn, where's Morgan Webb, right? Where's the hot chicks? We're here for the babes, right? Who's this chick? She's not as hot as the last two girls, right? This chick gets upset, gets snatches the mic away from the tour guide, starts going and squealing and hollering about how all these people are sexist and how everybody who expected Olivia Munn or Morgan Webb or actually enjoyed them on the show are all sexist, misogynist. Women are not supposed to be here to be easy on the eyes for you. You guys are just sexist pigs for even enjoying that type of content, right? Everybody else is just like who didn't really care, who weren't really bothered by Olivia Munn, Morgan Webb, but we had questions as to, hey, where's the hot chicks? Where's all the, crazy stuff that you guys used to do, right? We're all sitting here having to listen to this unbearable girl screech and holler about her own issues and things like that, and everybody's just kind of like tucking and rolling, right? We're all tucking and rolling, hopping out saying, fuck this, we're gone, right? And so G4TV decides that they're going to, slam on the brakes and try to do a U-turn, skirt, and try to go and try to pick up the rest of the viewers, right? The viewers that bailed, right? And so they decided that, hey, we're going to do the most unimaginable thing that pretty much shows that we are out of touch with pop culture, the video game scene, and the entirety of video game culture, right? And so check this video out.
Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you. Morgan Webb, Olivia Munn did not exist to be nice on the eyes for you.
Oh my God, it's Amaranth!
It's a woman. How much is she?
Oh my God! I just want to let you know, the price is not included, but Amaranth is not included in the price of this hot tub.
Women do not exist.
Right? They decided that, okay, we're going to try to get some of our viewers back by bringing on Amaranth and a bunch of VTubers, right? From V Shoujo, which is another like can of worms for people who don't know, okay? But Amaranth by herself is controversial enough that makes a lot of people just go, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, when we said, when we were criticizing you guys for not bringing Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb, right? We didn't want her, like, okay? Because there's a difference, right? It wasn't the fact that we didn't want, what's her fuck? I forgot her name already. Froskin. We were just like, we kind of like that sex, the sexy gamer girl aesthetic that Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb brought to the table, right? But we again, it was the two rando minority drunk guys, well, not minority drunk guys, but the majority of the people who were on the bus who were the crazy trolls in the back that nobody really paid attention to. We were just like, these guys are annoying and obnoxious, but they're bearable. We dealt with these type of people before, right? And decided, because you guys decided to blast them over the intercoms, making everybody have to hear your unbearable voice and rants. I don't know how to explain this shit to you guys, because I don't want to get into the big details of this, but essentially Amaranth is the reason why Twitch gone down the shitter. Her, Pokimane, there's a reason why we started calling a lot of these people E-dots, E-girls, is because Twitch was a platform dedicated to people streaming video games. Twitch used to be like, hey, we will ban you off our platform permanently if you did not stream yourself playing video games. That's all we are for. We are a haven for gamers, right, who want to stream themselves playing video games. Now, Twitch has turned into a VTuber slash IRL podcast slash breadtuber socialist rants who literally just do nothing but just bitch and moan about socialism and all this other political bullshit, bad takes of politics. How the hell did we go from video games to all this other bullshit, right? It's mainly because a lot of these gamer girls opened that gateway. Because there's a famous meme where you have the male gamer, right? The male gamer will have like a small screen like this, and then the rest of the screen will be the actual video game, right? However, when it came to these female gamers, the majority of the screen will be them, and the video game will be in a small little screen, right? They'll be in the foreground. The game will be in the background. However, when it comes to male gamers, the game will be in the foreground. They'll be in the background. People started realizing real quick that, hey, there's these girls who are playing video games, and they have revealing tops, and then they'll have say somebody subscribe to them, right? Someone will subscribe to them. They'll be like, oh my God, Dick Sucker 25, let me go write your name on the board. Thank you for subscribing to me. And then they'll get up with their tight pants, bend over in front of the camera, write their name on the board, and then, we know what you're doing. And then when people criticize that and say, hey, Twitch, these people are going against your rules of your rules of engagement. They're wearing really revealing clothes, tight clothes, sexual appeal. In some cases it can be referred to as sexual content. Should you guys be doing something about this? Twitch says, yes, we will do something about it. We will ban you for telling us what to do, right? And then they started promoting these type of women and giving these girls type of freebies until it started getting to a point where people, more people started making a fuss about it. Then they decided that, hey, okay, we're going to shut people up by changing our guidelines to make it so that these girls can do these things, right? You had girls starting doing like skin painting, where they'll literally just be butt naked, but hey, I put paint on my breasts and on my lower region, even though I'm not really wearing underwear, but because you can't see it under all the paint, it's technically not sexual content. It's me cosplaying, right? And so it got even more and more crazier, to the fact that women are now doing hot tub streams, right? Where they're literally wearing nothing but bikinis, even though there's guidelines on wearing revealing clothes, like you can't wear underwear and all this other crap. But hey, we can wear bikinis in the hot tub because you guys updated your rules of engagement to say hot tub streams or IRL streams where we are on the beach. If we're at the beach, at the pool, or at a gym, that's okay for us to wear kind of revealing clothes because you're expected to wear those type of clothes at those locations, right? It started getting really weird to the point where you're now having, Twitch even started allowing women to literally breastfeed their children on stream, and you can literally see like the nipple, right? Hey, it's not sexual content because I'm just breastfeeding my baby. There's nothing sexual about me breastfeeding a baby. And it's like, where has Twitch, where have you guys gone, dude? Like, you guys have destroyed your platform. Nobody really wants to be on it. When people call you out for how you guys been, have you guys shifted and how you guys been unfairly treating people who have been streaming on your platform for years versus these rando girls who just get on the platform making a bunch of money doing absolutely nothing. You ban the critics instead of actually following your guidelines and doing what you should be doing, right? And so again, Amaranth, Pokimane, and a lot of these other girls were, the root cause of all this type of crap, right? And then V Shoujo, that's a whole nother can of worms when it comes to Nux Taku and how they tried to do that man dirty, even though he was trying to help them, right? V Shoujo is a company. All these girls work for that company. And so somebody was going around trying to claim that, hey, if you're a VTuber, we will hire you guys. Just give us your information. We want you to be a part of our company. And so I think 1 or 2 VTubers got doxxed. And then Nux Taku also was about to get doxxed until he figured out that, no, these guys are hackers. They're not part of the real company, because I know the people who actually work with the company. And so he exposed these hackers, and then for some reason, V Shoujo tried to turn on him, even though, like, hey, you got, especially Nyaners, right? It seems like Nyaners was the ringleader to trying to discredit Nuxtaku, trying to claim that he went against her wish. Wait, she warned him not to go out there and make a video about him exposing these hackers because that was putting their personal information, all that other crap at risk and things like that. Even though Nuxtaku literally had the receipts of an email from V Shoujo, like people who worked at the company, saying that, oh yeah, definitely go ahead, expose these people. Thank you for helping us, making this known as a problem and exposing these people, right? And then he releases the video. They decide to turn on him and act like they didn't give him permission to do so, and that he was hurting the company, right? That makes so again, at two worlds out of touch in G4TV is all a bunch of bullshit, right? I don't want to get too deep into that because all that drama shit. There's plenty of other YouTubers who have spent hours, 2-hour long videos, researching and putting together like documentaries, talk about all this crap. I don't have the time to talk about this. Let's just straight to the news, right? So from the Red State, a desperate G4TV reverses course after woke feminist rant crashes the channel, now features women in bikinis, right? Complete and total pivot, right? Again, we're all on the tour bus. We all decide to bail because Frostgrin starts to go on her rant, and now G4TV is doing that huge swerve to try to pick us back up, try to make it seem like, hey, we're sorry for all that. That's not what we truly stand for. Please come back aboard and watch our shows and all this other crap. And a lot of people are just like, nah, we smell the bullshit from a mile away. We're done with you guys. Okay, so the network known as G4TV used to be a nerd haven that was completely stripped from the air in 2014, but years later would be relaunched as an exclusively online YouTube Twitch channel. The only issue is that this relaunch included elements of wokeness, and thanks to that political injection, the relaunched network went into a nosedive in terms of support and viewership. As covered previously, the real issues began when one of the new G4TV hosts, who goes by Frost, decided to lay into G4 audience with a feminist rant about how women aren't there exclusively to look bangable to the audience and accused the gaming community of being infested with sexism. The rant had all the typical nonsense you expect from a social justice advocate, full of posturing and virtue signaling, while self-victimizing and dealing out massive amounts of blame to others. To make it worse, once her rant was finished, the entire cast and crew of the show, whether they agreed or because they felt they had to, cheered her on and acted if what she said was something that needed to be finally said. To be clear, this nonsense about gaming industry being a misogynistic hellhole has been trotted out for almost a decade, and it's still as false now as it was back then, right? This, again, so this is my previous video. This issue goes way back to Gamergate, right? And Nita Sarkeesian, she was a woman who decided that she never was a gamer. She openly said that she was a gamer. Then on another like panel discussion, she admitted that she may have played like one video game when she was younger and never really got into the gaming scene. But when Anita Sarkeesian really started making like gaming related content, was her whole entire series on feminist frequency, talking about all the misogynistic tropes in video games, where she didn't use any footage that was originally hers. She used it from other YouTubers who were playing video games, and then she tried to use false claims that certain games rewarded you for being misogynistic, right? She said that GTA was misogynistic because in the free mode, you can pretty much go around, kill anybody, steal cars, fight with the police officers, do whatever, right? That's what GTA is. It's just you do whatever. But because if you wanted to, right, you could just go around and just only kill NPCs who were black, and what pissed her off was the fact that you can play as a male and then go around only killing female NPCs, right? And the fact that, hey, you can also have relations with strippers in the game and then kill the strippers and get your money back, right? To her, that was like proof that video games are misogynistic and that this game rewards you for being misogynistic against women, right? And then in the Hitman series, she tried to claim that, hey, there's one episode where you are at I think it was like a race car arena, and in one of the like locations, there's like a room where all women, dress up because they're the showgirls, right? And because you can go in there, and if you want to, you can pretty much kill any NPC that you want within the game. But she claims that, hey, you can go into this specific room with all the showgirls while they're getting dressed. You can go in there, kill them all, and you get rewarded for doing so by the game. And then when you actually look at the footage, it shows that, hey, you're actually losing points for doing so because you're a hitman. You're supposed to be taking out a specific target and people who are related to that target. Going around and killing innocent civilians is not what you're supposed to be doing, and the game will penalize you for doing so. But, even though the footage was right there, showing you that you were getting negatively penalized for doing so, she claims that you were being rewarded. Again, she's not a gamer. It wasn't her own footage. She just saw some crap on the internet, YouTube. She decided to steal it, re-upload it as her criticism of misogyny and sexism in video games. Right? Again, these people are there for political reasons. Same thing with IGN, Kotaku, Polygon, all these other game journalist sites. They are political activists trying to use the popularity of video games within the bigger pop culture stratosphere and try to, hey, we can enter this space that's super popular and slowly interject our political beliefs into these different articles and whatever, and hopefully these developers will see this and change their games to fit our political narratives, right? So, sorry for that long rant, but it's not a rant. This is sorry for that information dump, right? But essentially, you need to know this stuff if you're interested in why so much of this content is kind of going to shit, right? Or why so many people are like, why these companies are getting so much backlash, right? You need to know this information, okay? So now the network is clearly desperate to stay afloat, and it is completely turned a 180 away from the wokeness of Frost. Case in point, during one of their shows, they invited on Twitch streamer Amaranth, who is known for being an erotic streamer, okay, and OnlyFans star. During her stream, she's usually doing something sexual in nature, and 90% of the time is wearing very revealing swimwear. During a game show featuring VTubers on the Austin show, Amaranth popped out of a ball pit wearing a skimpy pink bikini and shaking her assets. They then drew a lot of euphemisms around for good measure, right? You guys can go watch the YouTube video for yourself, get them views or whatever. I'm not going to play it here. Lofty Pixels, however, has a good compilation for you guys to watch. I just can't play it because it has music from an anime, and I know full and well that I'm gonna get a copyright strike or something, right? By itself, it might have been a funny moment, but this really feels like a massive overcorrection by G4. The channel was now known for leaning so left that it falls over. Now it's running so fast away from its previous branding that you smell the desperation giving Amaranth's fame in the streaming world. It really feels like her method of inclusion wasn't an accident. G4 seems to be attempting to reel viewers back in by completely defying the virtues they signal during Frost's rant about women not being there for the viewer pleasure of men to putting on a streamer most famous for displaying herself for the viewing pleasure of men, right? And on top of that, when it comes to V Shoujo, that's essentially what they do. V Shoujo is just girls saying a bunch of sexual euphemisms, a bunch of crazy crap. Like, that's what V Shoujo is known for. That's what they're popular for doing, right? Girl gamers using a bunch of sexual euphemisms, saying dirty jokes, things like that naturally girls won't say, and so that's a big appeal right there for a lot of viewership going to Feed Shoujo. But again, when it comes to the whole controversy for what they, especially Niners and the company, I guess the CEO of V Shoujo tried to do the Nux Taku, which he was literally trying to help them, right? And he had the permission from the people who worked at the company, acknowledging that he was doing a good job by helping them out. They decided, oh yeah, we're going to turn on this guy, paint him as an evil person and all this other shit, right? But going back to, G4TV, you could probably say that it's not doing so well, right? They originally were canned by NBC Universal, turned to the Esquire network. The Esquire is still, its own network, still has its own like magazine. I think I've done a few articles from them talk about certain content. But then you had Kevin Pereira, who back in the day was accused of using Twitch view botting, right? And he was accused of it, and he was caught. He openly admitted to doing so. People started realizing that, hey, G4TV seems to be getting a lot of viewership on their own Twitch channel, but they're not getting a lot of, like, when you look at the chat, right? If you have like 30 something thousand viewers, the chat will be going like crazy, right? You have to either put like slow mode engaged or whatever. But if you have like 30, have like a couple of thousand people viewing you, people are gonna be typing in your chat, and your chat is gonna be very active, right? They had a couple of thousand viewers, but their chat was not, every like minute or so somebody would post something. Like, that's not normal for a chat to do so. So a lot of people accuse them of view botting like their old hosts used to do. And then they bring him back on their new, on their new uploaded channel, and he starts shilling for NFTs, right? Which, again, big major point to show that they're out of touch. Everybody who knows about NFTs has been shitting on NFTs. Everybody within the gaming culture has been shitting on all these different gaming companies who have been trying to push NFTs. EA has been trying to push NFTs. For the most part, I think it's just EA. EA was the first one to try to announce that they're going to do NFTs. People have been shitting on them, right? And then they decide, oh yeah, we're going to bring this guy on to start shilling for NFTs. Okay, like, again, these people are out of touch. They're not gamers. They're not gamers. They're not nerds. They're people who are trying to enter a subculture space that they see opportunity to either make money in or to interject their political ideology, right? That's it. They're not gamers. They're not nerds. They're not geeks. They are opportunists, right? Whether for monetary or political reasons, right? And then, so all of a sudden, because of all this negative press, G4TV decides that we're going to switch our channels up, right? What used to be XPlay, we're going to name that G4TV. And what used to be G4TV, we're going to name it XPlay, right? What reason that they had for that? They said that, hey, we've been listening to your guys' feedback, and we're excited to, we're very excited to unveil this new look in collaboration with our friends at YouTube, and believe this revamped channel curation will make finding G4 content on the platform easier. Here are some adjustments you may notice over the coming weeks on G4's YouTube channels and live streams, right? So essentially, they have just flip, right? Because I believe XPlay was getting I forgot which one, but people say the reason why was the main G4 channel after Frostgren's rant started losing a bunch of subscribers, right? XPlay still was getting some subscriber counts, right? Not many people were leaving, so they decided to flip that and say, okay, the new channel that's still surviving, we're gonna name that G4TV. And then the channel that is XPlay, because people won't realize that, hey, XPlay are the Attack of the Show and all these other channels, are different. Maybe they won't bleed as much, they won't bleed as fast, or they'll probably get us more subscribers, right? For whatever reason they did that, we don't, we only can speculate, right? But the truth of the matter is, they're bleeding subs, and now the fact that they're doing a hard pivot, right? First, they changed their channels up, okay? Start renaming shit, start rebranding shit. Now they start bringing on Amaranth and all these other girls to start doing sexual innuendos and crap like that. And now it seems like, again, it's definitely seems like desperation, right? People, I remember Eric July made a video about this saying, hey, look at, hey, I heard about G4TV switching up their channels. We don't know what's going on here, but, keep an eye out, because some tomfoolery is going on here, right? And then guess what? Amaranth and V Shoujo is now on their channel doing a bunch of sexual innuendos. Yeah, some tomfoolery was amongst, okay? And now to leave you guys with this funny scene right here, okay? So yeah, just to leave you guys off with that scene, I'm pretty sure that's not the first time this girl got hit in the face with some meat, okay? And with all that being said, stay safe, stay sane, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the front lines. G4TV, I don't know. It doesn't say, it seems like they're definitely desperate. They're trying to do whatever they can to bring back viewership, but like I said, it seems like they're just out of touch, and who knows? Who knows if they will last? They'll probably be gone in the next year or two, right? But with all that being said, again, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you Patriots on the front lines.